Chosen one, God said, shut your mouth. He is very serious about this. Listen carefully, because this is not a small instruction, and it is not something you can ignore or delay. I am speaking to you with urgency, because what is about to unfold around you requires silence, discipline, and trust at a level you have not practiced before. If you keep listening, you will understand why your next breakthrough depends on what you do not say, and why speaking too soon can delay what I have already prepared for you. I am telling you plainly that your words right now carry more weight than you realize, and if you do not hold them back, you may interfere with the blessing that is already moving toward you. Type Amen if you agree. I am asking you to like this video as a sign that you are ready to receive what I am about to place in your hands. You have been wondering why things have been shifting quietly, why doors are opening without noise, and why certain people have started to move differently around you. This is because I am working behind the scenes in a way that does not need your explanation, your announcement, or your interference. The reason I am telling you to be quiet is because not everyone around you is meant to understand what I am doing in your life. Some people carry doubt, some carry envy, and others carry confusion. And if you speak too early, their voices can disrupt your focus and weaken your faith. There is a blessing forming that requires protection, and your silence is part of that protection. I have seen every tear you have hidden, every moment you felt overlooked, and every time you wondered if anything would ever change. What you do not see yet is how close you are to a shift that will make all of that struggle make sense. But if you speak about it before it is complete, you risk exposing something sacred to people who do not carry the right spirit to stand near it. Type 777 if you trust God. You are not being silenced because you are forgotten. You are being quieted because you are chosen. There is a difference between being ignored and being protected, and right now I am protecting what belongs to you. You have shared too much in the past, and you have seen how quickly excitement can turn into disappointment when the wrong ears hear the right news too soon. This time is different, because I am asking you to move with wisdom instead of impulse. I am shaping something in your life that does not need validation from others to become real. It does not need approval, it does not need applause, and it does not need to be explained for it to manifest. What I am placing in your path will stand on its own, and when it becomes visible, no one will be able to deny that it came from me. But until that moment arrives, your silence is your shield. There are people watching you who do not speak, but they observe closely. They notice your patterns, your progress, and your words, and some of them are waiting for an opportunity to speak against what I am building for you. This is why I am telling you to shut your mouth, not as punishment, but as preparation. You are stepping into a season where discipline will determine your outcome more than desire. I know you feel the urge to share your plans, to talk about what you sense is coming, and to explain the changes you are experiencing. That urge is natural, but it is not necessary. Not everything that is revealed to you is meant to be spoken out loud. Some things are meant to grow quietly, without interruption, without opinions, and without pressure from outside voices. You have entered a phase where less talking will bring more results. Every word you hold back creates space for me to work more deeply in your life. Every moment of silence strengthens your connection with me, because instead of explaining things to others, you begin to listen more closely to what I am guiding you to do. This is where clarity increases and confusion fades. What I am doing for you is not fragile, but it is intentional. Timing matters, and I am aligning things in a way that requires patience. If you rush the process by speaking too soon, you may not destroy it, but you can delay it. And I know you have waited long enough, so I am helping you avoid unnecessary delays by giving you this instruction now. There is also something else you need to understand. Silence is not weakness. Silence is power when it is guided by me. When you choose not to respond, not to explain, and not to reveal everything, you are showing a level of strength that many people do not have. You are showing that you trust me more than you trust your need to be understood. In the past, you felt like you had to explain yourself so people would not misunderstand you. But now I am teaching you that not every misunderstanding needs to be corrected. Some things will only make sense when the result appears, and until then, you are not required to justify what I am doing in your life. I am also separating you from certain voices, and silence is part of that separation. When you speak less, you hear more. When you hear more, you begin to recognize which voices align with my direction and which ones pull you away from it. This awareness will protect you in ways you cannot see yet. You are moving into a space where your next level depends on your ability to stay focused without distraction. Words can create distraction when they invite opinions, questions, and doubts that you were not dealing with before. By remaining quiet, you reduce unnecessary noise and keep your mind centered on what truly matters. Do not mistake this instruction as isolation. I am still with you, guiding you, supporting you, and strengthening you. You are not alone in your silence. In fact, this is where you will feel my presence more clearly, because there are fewer voices competing for your attention. What is coming into your life is not small. It will change how you see yourself, how others see you, and how you move forward. But before it arrives fully, I am preparing your mindset, your discipline, and your awareness. This is why I am being very serious about this instruction. Type 1111 if you believe. There are moments coming where people will test your silence without even realizing it. They will ask questions, they will make assumptions, and they will try to draw words out of you. Not all of them have bad intentions, but not all of them are meant to know what I am doing in your life. This is where your discipline will matter, because it is easy to speak when you feel pressure, but it takes wisdom to stay quiet when you know I have told you to hold back. You have spoken too soon in the past, and you have seen how quickly things can shift when words leave your mouth before the time is right. I am not reminding you of this to make you feel regret, but to help you recognize the pattern so you do not repeat it. This time, you are more aware, more grounded, and more aligned with my direction. You are not the same person you were before, and your choices now will reflect that growth. There is a blessing that is forming in a way that does not need noise to grow. It is taking shape quietly, without announcement, without attention, and without interference. I am aligning people, resources, and opportunities in ways you cannot yet see, and I am doing it with precision. If you begin to speak about it too soon, you may invite confusion into something that is currently moving with clarity. You must understand that not every open door needs to be talked about. Not every opportunity needs to be shared. Some things are given to you to carry privately until they are strong enough to stand publicly. I am asking you to respect what I am giving you by not exposing it before its time. Type yes to receive miracles. Your silence is not emptiness, it is preparation. Every quiet moment is allowing your mind to settle, your spirit to strengthen, and your focus to sharpen. You are learning to listen more than you speak, and that is changing how you understand the world around you. You are starting to notice things you missed before, patterns you did not see, and signals that guide you more clearly. There is also a protection in your silence that you may not fully recognize yet. When you speak less, you reveal less, and when you reveal less, you give fewer chances for others to interfere with what I am building for you. Not everyone who listens to you wants to see you rise, and not everyone who smiles at you carries good intentions. This is why I am guiding you to move differently now. I am not asking you to isolate yourself from everyone, but I am asking you to be selective with your words. You do not need to explain your journey to those who are not walking it with you. You do not need to prove your progress to those who are not invested in your growth. You only need to stay aligned with me, and everything else will fall into place. There is a quiet confidence growing inside you, and it is different from anything you have felt before. It does not need approval, it does not need reassurance, and it does not depend on what others think. This confidence comes from knowing that I am guiding you, and that what I have for you cannot be taken away by outside opinions. You will notice that as you speak less, you begin to feel more in control. Situations that once pulled you into reaction will no longer have the same effect on you. You will observe more, respond less, and choose your words with intention when you do speak. This is a sign that you are stepping into a higher level of awareness. There are conversations you are being kept out of for a reason. There are discussions happening around you that you do not need to be part of, and that is not a loss, it is protection. I am keeping you away from unnecessary noise so you can stay focused on what truly matters. Not every opportunity to speak is an opportunity you need to take. What I am doing in your life requires a level of maturity that you are now developing. You are learning that silence can be more powerful than explanation. You are learning that not every thought needs to be spoken, and not every feeling needs to be expressed immediately. This control is shaping you into someone who can handle what is coming next. There will be a moment when everything becomes clear, when what I have been preparing for you begins to show itself in a way that cannot be hidden. At that point, you will not need to explain anything, because the result will speak for itself. Until that moment arrives, your role is to stay steady, stay quiet, and stay aligned. I am also teaching you how to trust the process without needing constant confirmation. In the past, you looked for signs, for validation, and for reassurance from others. Now, I am guiding you to find that assurance within your connection with me. This is a deeper level of faith, one that does not depend on external voices. You are not missing out by being silent, you are gaining clarity. You are not being left behind, you are being positioned ahead of where you think you are. Everything that feels slow right now is actually moving with purpose, and everything that feels hidden is being prepared for the right moment to be revealed. I know there are times when you feel like speaking would make things easier, when you feel like explaining yourself would bring relief. But what you do not see is that your silence is already creating the conditions for something greater. You are not being held back, you are being guided forward in a way that protects your path. There is a shift in your relationships that is also happening quietly. You will begin to notice who respects your silence and who tries to break it. You will see who supports your growth without needing explanations, and who becomes uncomfortable when they do not have access to your thoughts. This awareness will help you understand who truly belongs in your next season. You are being refined in a way that will prepare you for something significant. This is not just about holding your words. It is about transforming how you move, how you think, and how you respond to the world around you. You are becoming more intentional, more aware, and more aligned with my purpose for your life. There is something deeper happening within you that you are only beginning to recognize. Your silence is no longer just restraint, it is becoming your language of trust. You are learning to let me speak through outcomes instead of explanations, and this shift is changing how you carry yourself in every situation. You are not as quick to react, not as eager to prove, and not as desperate to be understood, And this is exactly where I need you to be right now. Type 1212 if you trust in Jesus. You have entered a stage where your peace matters more than your response. In the past, you would have defended yourself, explained your choices, and tried to correct every misunderstanding. But now I am teaching you that not every situation deserves your voice. Some moments are meant to pass without your involvement, because your silence is what keeps your spirit protected and your focus undisturbed. There are people who will misread your quietness as weakness, but they do not understand what I am building inside you. What they see as silence is actually control, and what they mistake for passivity is actually discipline. You are no longer reacting from emotion, you are responding from alignment, and sometimes that response is to say nothing at all. I am also removing the need for you to defend your journey. You do not owe anyone an explanation for what I am doing in your life. The path I have placed you on is not something that needs to be justified to others, because it was not given by them. When the time comes, the results will speak clearly, and there will be no confusion about who guided you to that place. Type 2222 to receive miracles. Right now, you are being trained in something that many people never learn. You are learning how to hold your energy, how to protect your vision, and how to move without seeking validation. This training is not easy, because it requires you to go against your natural desire to share, to express, and to connect through words. But what I am building in you is stronger than that desire, and it will serve you in ways you cannot yet imagine. There is a power in not revealing everything. When you keep certain things within, you allow them to grow without pressure. You allow them to develop without outside influence, and you give me space to shape them fully before they are seen. This is why I am asking you to trust me, even when it feels uncomfortable to stay quiet. You are also beginning to notice how different your inner world feels when you speak less. There is more clarity, more calm, and more awareness. You are not as easily pulled into unnecessary conversations, and you are not as affected by what others say or think. This is a sign that you are becoming more grounded in me and less dependent on external voices. I am guiding you into a season where your actions will carry more weight than your words. What you do will begin to matter more than what you say, and people will start to notice the difference. They will see the change in you, even if they do not understand it, and they will recognize that something is shifting in your life. There will also be moments when silence protects you from conflict. Not every disagreement needs to be resolved, and not every comment needs a reply. By choosing not to engage, you are removing yourself from situations that could drain your energy and distract you from your purpose. This is not avoidance, it is wisdom. I know there are times when you feel misunderstood, when you feel like your silence creates distance between you and others. But what you must understand is that this distance is temporary and purposeful. I am creating space so that what I am building in you can take root without interference. You are not losing connection, you are gaining clarity. You are not being pushed away, you are being positioned for something greater. Every moment of silence is shaping you into someone who can carry more, handle more, and receive more without being overwhelmed. There is also a deeper level of faith that is forming within you. You are learning to trust me without needing constant reassurance. You are learning to move forward even when you do not have all the answers, and you are learning to rest in the knowing that I am guiding you step by step. This is where true strength is developed, not in speaking loudly, not in proving yourself, but in staying steady when everything around you invites you to react. You are becoming someone who is not easily shaken, someone who does not need to respond to every situation, and someone who carries a quiet authority that comes from being aligned with me. You will begin to see how your silence changes the way others interact with you. Some will respect it, some will question it, and some will be uncomfortable with it. But all of these reactions will reveal something important to you. They will show you who understands your growth and who is still expecting you to remain the same. I am also teaching you how to observe more carefully. When you are not focused on speaking, you begin to notice details you would have missed before. You see intentions more clearly, you understand situations more deeply, and you recognize patterns that guide your decisions. This awareness is a gift, and it is part of the reason I am leading you into this quiet season. There is something significant ahead of you, and it requires you to be fully present, fully aware, and fully aligned. You cannot carry unnecessary noise into what I am preparing for you. You cannot bring confusion into something that is meant to be clear. This is why I am refining you now, before the next phase begins. You are not being asked to stay silent forever. There will be a time when your voice will be needed, when your words will carry purpose and impact. But that time is not now. Right now is the time for preparation, for growth, and for strengthening your connection with me. Trust this process, even when it feels challenging. Trust that I know what I am doing, and trust that your silence is serving a purpose that you will soon understand. You are not being held back, you are being guided forward in a way that ensures everything unfolds exactly as it should. Type 1010 to receive blessings. There are things I am allowing you to see that others around you cannot recognize. You are noticing patterns, behaviors, and intentions that once went unnoticed, and this awareness is not accidental. It is part of the refinement I am leading you through, because where you are going requires discernment. When you speak less, you see more clearly, and when you see clearly, you make wiser decisions. You are beginning to understand that not every opportunity to speak is an opportunity to grow. Some conversations are distractions, some are tests, and some are simply not meant for you. By choosing silence, you are stepping out of unnecessary cycles that once drained your energy. You are no longer feeding situations that do not serve your purpose, and that is creating space for something greater. There is a peace forming within you that is not dependent on external circumstances. It is not shaken by what others say, and it is not disturbed by what others think. This peace comes from knowing that I am guiding you, and that you do not need to control everything around you to feel secure. You are learning to rest in that truth, and it is strengthening you from within. Type 222 to claim miracles. You will also notice that your silence is changing how people approach you. Some will become more careful with their words, some will try harder to understand you, and others may distance themselves because they no longer have the same access to your thoughts. All of these reactions are revealing something important, and you are learning to observe without reacting. I am teaching you that your value is not measured by how much you speak or how much you explain. Your value comes from who you are becoming, from the growth that is taking place within you, and from the way you carry yourself, even when no one is watching. This is a deeper level of confidence, one that does not need validation to exist. There are moments when you will feel the urge to break your silence, to explain yourself, or to respond to something that feels important. In those moments, I want you to pause and remember why you are being guided this way. Not every thought needs to be expressed, and not every feeling needs to be shared. Some things are meant to stay within you until the right time. You are also being prepared for a level of responsibility that requires control. What I am bringing into your life will demand focus, clarity, and discipline. If you cannot manage your words now, it will be difficult to manage what is coming next. This is why I am training you in this area first, so that you are ready when the time arrives. There is something else you must understand. Silence is not just about holding back words, it is about mastering your reactions. It is about choosing not to be pulled into situations that do not align with your purpose. It is about staying centered when everything around you tries to create noise. You are becoming someone who does not react impulsively, someone who does not speak out of frustration, and someone who does not feel the need to fill every silence. This transformation is shaping your character, and it is preparing you for a new level of influence in your life. I am also removing the need for you to be understood by everyone. Not everyone is meant to understand your journey, and not everyone is meant to walk with you into your next season. This is not a loss, it is a realignment. You are being surrounded by what supports your growth and separated from what does not. You may feel moments of loneliness in this process, but that feeling will not last. It is only temporary, and it is part of the adjustment. As you continue to grow, you will find connections that align with who you are becoming, not who you used to be. These connections will not require constant explanation, because they will naturally understand your direction. There is a quiet authority developing within you, and it does not come from speaking loudly. It comes from knowing who you are, knowing where you are going, and trusting that I am guiding you every step of the way. This authority will become evident in the way you move, the way you respond, and the way you carry yourself. You will begin to notice that situations that once felt overwhelming no longer have the same effect on you. You are more grounded, more focused, and more at peace. This is the result of your alignment, and it is a sign that you are moving in the right direction. I am also teaching you to trust what you sense, even when you do not speak about it. There are things you will feel, understand, and recognize without needing to explain them to anyone else. This is part of your growth, and it is strengthening your connection with me. There is something ahead that will require you to step forward with confidence, and when that moment comes, you will be ready. Your silence now is building the foundation for that moment. It is shaping your mindset, your discipline, and your awareness in ways that will support you when everything begins to unfold. Do not rush this process. Do not feel like you need to break your silence to keep up with others. Your path is different, and your timing is specific. What I am doing in your life is not meant to follow the same pattern as everyone else. Stay steady in this instruction, because it is leading you exactly where you need to go. Even when it feels uncomfortable, even when the urge to speak becomes strong, remember that your silence is serving a purpose. It is protecting you, preparing you, and positioning you for what is about to come. Something is settling inside you now, and it feels different from anything you have known before. It is not loud, it is not emotional, and it does not demand attention. It is steady, calm, and deeply rooted, and it is coming from a place within you that is learning to trust me without needing constant proof. This is what happens when you begin to truly understand why I told you to be silent, because your silence is now creating a space where I can shape you without interruption. Type 1111 to affirm. You are beginning to notice that not everything deserves your reaction anymore. Situations that once pulled you in now pass by without the same effect, and conversations that once felt important now feel unnecessary. This is not because you no longer care, but because you are starting to see with clarity. You are recognizing what matters and what does not, and that awareness is guiding your choices. There are people around you who are still speaking from a place of noise, confusion, and impulse. They react quickly, they talk without thinking, and they move without direction. But you are no longer in that place. You are learning to pause, to observe, and to choose your response carefully, and sometimes that response is silence. I am also teaching you to protect your peace without needing to explain why. You do not need to justify your boundaries, and you do not need to make others understand your decisions. What I am doing in your life is not dependent on their approval, and your peace is not something you need to negotiate with anyone. Type 777 to affirm your belief. There is a strength growing within you that does not seek attention, but it is becoming more evident with each passing day. You are becoming more grounded, more focused, and more secure in who you are. This strength is not built through noise, it is built through discipline, through patience, and through your willingness to follow my guidance, even when it feels difficult. You may notice that some people are becoming uncomfortable with your silence. They are used to the version of you that explained everything, that responded quickly, and that shared openly. Now they are seeing a different side of you, one that is more reserved, more intentional, and more controlled. This change may confuse them, but it is necessary for your growth. I am also removing your need to prove anything to anyone. You do not need to show people what you are capable of, and you do not need to convince them of your worth. What I am preparing for you will make everything clear in its own time. Until then, your role is to stay focused, stay disciplined, and stay aligned with me. There are moments when you will feel the pressure to speak, especially when you are misunderstood. But I want you to remember that not every misunderstanding needs to be corrected immediately. Some things will resolve themselves, and some people will come to understand without your explanation. Your silence in those moments is not weakness, it is trust. You are also learning to listen more deeply, not just to others, but to yourself and to me. When you are not filling the space with words, you begin to hear more clearly. You begin to recognize the quiet guidance that has always been there, and you start to trust it more with each passing day. There is something powerful about being able to sit in silence without feeling the need to break it. It means you are comfortable within yourself, and it means you are not dependent on external noise to feel complete. This is a level of growth that will carry you through the next phase of your life. I am preparing you for a moment where your voice will carry weight, where your words will matter in a way they have not before. But for that to happen, you must first learn when not to speak. You must understand the value of timing, the importance of restraint, and the power of intentional words. You are not being quiet because you have nothing to say. You are being quiet because you are learning when it is right to speak. This is a different kind of strength, one that does not rush, one that does not react, and one that does not seek attention. There is also a shift happening in how you see yourself. You are no longer defined by how others perceive you, and you are no longer shaped by their expectations. You are beginning to see yourself through a different lens, one that is aligned with who I created you to be. You may feel moments of uncertainty as you adjust to this new way of being, but that is part of the process. Growth often feels unfamiliar at first, and change can feel uncomfortable. But what you are experiencing is necessary, and it is leading you towards something greater. I am also showing you that your silence can influence your surroundings in ways you did not expect. When you choose not to engage in unnecessary conversations, you shift the energy around you. You create space for clarity, for focus, and for intentional movement. You are becoming someone who moves with purpose, someone who speaks with intention, and someone who does not waste energy on things that do not matter. This transformation is preparing you for what is ahead, and it is shaping you into someone who can handle it with strength and wisdom.